Wakey, wakey, Wayne. Oh, what's up? Do you need me to call you butler?
The 2009 hit Batman Arkham Asylum took the gaming world by storm, reintroducing them to the finer points of being Batman. With a satisfying emphasis on stealth and visceral combat, Batman Arkham City has some pretty high expectations, especially with the fundamental move to being a sandbox game. Is Arkham City a beat-down metropolis worth saving, or is it best to leave this city to rot?
Shut Arkham City down. It's out of control.
Shut it down. By the end of tonight, I will be a hero, just like you, Batman.
1 year following the events of Arkham Asylum, the Dark Knight is called once again to solve the crime in the infested prison of Arkham City, where thugs and familiar foes that Batman will meet reside, such as Mr. Cobblepot, also known as the Penguin. The game starts off with Dr. Hugo Strange, a psychiatrist that runs Arkham City, interrogating Batman, revealing he knows the true identity of the Dark Knight. It is then followed by twist after twist, where villains in the Batman universe will team up in taking Batman down. Players can expect to see some iconic characters from the comic book series in action, such as the Penguin, Two-Face, the Joker, Harley Quinn, and the sexy Catwoman. Without spoiling anything else, there are more characters waiting for everyone to uncover.
2 guns, bitch!
Where's Freeze?
Players of Arkham Asylum will feel right at home in Arkham City, as the gameplay is very similar. The combat system is still solid, where players only have to worry in pressing a couple of buttons when brawling with thugs and enemies. There are new moves that Batman can use, such as the Bat Swarm, where bats will surround the enemies, making them blind for a couple of seconds, but it's only obtainable when Batman levels up. When it comes to bosses, the difficulty hasn't changed much. They are easy, and players will have no problems taking them down. One thing everyone loves about Batman is his use of stealth. Since the Dark Knight is pretty much vulnerable to gunshot, he will have to rely on the player's sneaky tactics. With his gadgets, players will have to make Batman perform a stealthy kill, otherwise one shot can kill instantly. Don't forget to use Batman's new item that can create smoke to divert the enemy's attention when found. Venturing in Arkham City is one thing we here at JPS like the most. Players who enjoy the beautiful landscapes of Arkham Asylum will love Arkham City even more, as the players can explore the entire city. It's not as big as some of the ones in Grand Theft Auto games, but it is big enough for players to take on side missions where they can learn more about the norms of the city. Favorite places to mention in Arkham City that players will need to pay attention to be the Penguin Museum.
What the hell are we still here? We should run or something.
Visually, Batman Arkham City hasn't improved much compared to its predecessor. Moving from a very linear game to an open world, players will appreciate the open world style of Arkham City, where they can enjoy a lavishly detailed Arkham City blended with dark hues and soaring architecture. As players venture through Arkham City, they will take their time going through areas, as each of them is beautifully designed. For voiceovers, some of the characters in Arkham Asylum are back, making the game feel more alive thanks to the phenomenal voice actors.
Something called Titan.
Titan?
Yeah. Do you know what he's talking about? He kept going on about his last laugh.
Doc.
Save you.
Please, help me!
Between Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, the sequel was a much longer game. Expect to finish Arkham City around 20 to 30 hours, depending on how much a player explores the game. There are a lot of things to do that will let players do the exploring, as there are over 40 Riddler trophies to collect, and many more. Also, don't forget that Catwoman has her own segment where players can play as her in a little side story. In addition, the challenge rooms from Arkham Asylum are back, and characters such as Ramen could be used as well. In reality, players can play Arkham City for a long time and enjoy every single minute of it.
Surprised to see me, Batman?
A little. Last time I saw you, you were wrapped around the hood of my car.
In the end, Rocksteady did it again with the release of Arkham City. The game is beautifully impressive, and the shift to open world aspects clearly makes a big difference, as players can now explore and enjoy the beautiful Arkham City. Despite the repetitive nature of the combat, we've experienced it before in Arkham Asylum, and the game is still phenomenal, and simply the greatest Batman moment you can imagine. We give Batman Arkham City a perfect 5 out of 5. For our detailed review, please check out justpushstart.com.
Get out of my way, Quinn.
Leave us alone, B-Man! Just leave me with him.
I said move!